Right on time. So this here is Simon. This is our lifeguard. If you fall in the water, he picks you up. So remember his name. He brought us a little surprise. This is what we call here diamond, and I will pass it to you in a couple of minutes if you have a closer look or just a beautiful picture. But before that, I will tell you a bit more here about the lagoon, about the wildlife, and also of course about the ice in the icebergs. So I think everybody agrees we have a beautiful view of Breda Mercuriukut. This is the glacier tongue here where all the ice you see in the lagoon breaks from. This glacier tongue is part of a bigger glacier you surely heard about here, which is called Vatnajökull. Vatnajökull is one of the biggest glaciers here in Europe, and especially in terms of volume of ice. The ice of Vatnajökull can be up to 1 kilometer thick, and if you spread the whole ice of it over Iceland, the country would be covered with more or less 35 meters of ice. The lagoon here is quite young, between 80 and 90 years old. That means that back in 1930, this glacier reached out to the ocean. The whole surface, what's now the lagoon, was back then covered with ice. And nowadays the glacier retreats more or less 100 meters every year. Last year it retreats almost 300 meters, and everybody thinks global warming. Yeah, more or less, because here the global warming will affect the ice in thickness. But if this glacier retreats so fast, it is mostly because the lagoon is connected to the sea. On high tide, the sea comes in. We have 50% fresh water, 50% salt water. The salt water is a bit warmer. It will heat up the whole lagoon. So that means the water is here about 4 degrees, can reach up to 6, 7. It is still very cold for you and me, but it is already too warm for the ice. And also, the salt attack the ice, this accelerates the process of melting, and that is why this glacier here retreats much faster than any other glacier in Iceland. Quickly, a few words about the seals as well. I think there is one little head over there. Can you see? In the water. Ah, it's just gone. Sorry. Maybe it comes out again. You have to be a bit lucky at this time of the year because most of them are in the sea. They're going to having the babies over there because the water is a bit warmer. They will come back in a few weeks when the little ones get a bit more fat. They like to enjoy the quiet here in the lagoon. They have no predators at all, and even if the water is very cold, there are plenty of fish. You can find trout, mackerel, herring, and sometimes salmon. Also, if you don't have any luck before this trip ends, you can go to Diamond Beach. Diamond Beach is the spot usually at this time of the year where you can see some seals. We'll finish now with a few words about the ice. So this piece here is crystal clear, like I said. This is because it laid a while in the water. So the water will just clear and polish the ice, and that is how the iceberg look underneath. When you see an iceberg, you should always remember you see an average only 10%. The rest lays under the water. We never really know where. That's why we don't go too close. Because here the ice melts very quick. Like you could just see, the iceberg can break at any moment. Sometimes when they break, they will just change a little the balance, a bit like this, a bit like this. But also they can sometimes completely flip, and we never know which part is gonna come out. One thing is sure, the part that's come out is crystal clear like this one, and that's usually when the ice looks blue, because then the light can go inside. If the ice is big and thick enough, it will absorb the light and reflect the blue. It is just an illusion, and this piece here is not blue because it is just too small and the light goes through. After a while, the ice will be melting, the oxygen that stays inside will come out. You can maybe see some bubbles. So this will make little cracks like this. Those will stay like snow on the iceberg and give them the white color. Usually this takes more or less 10 hours. So if you see a blue iceberg, it means it just break off or just flipped. Today is a little bit special. We can see a lot of blue glue on the icebergs. You can see very well on this one, for example. This is because it rained a lot yesterday and during the night. So the rain will polish a little bit the ice. This allowed the light to go inside again, and that is why they have this light blue glue. Finally, we have the black color. You can see on the main glacier. This is mostly rock, gravel, sometimes sand that stick to the ice. But we can also sometimes observe black stripe like there as well. Those come from the eruption, because when there is an eruption, they actually on the glacier and stick to the ice, and with this time this will form black stripe like this. Every black stripe comes from a different eruption, and we can even tell you which one because they all have a different chemical signature. Thank you very much. I'm done with my little speech now.
Давай, сейчас
Загадывай желание.
отпускаем маленький айсберг.